So this is us 70% of the time. I'm Dina.
Patrick. Pat.
Hannah.
Joseph.
Mommy. Yes. What's your name? Adam.
And that's my little brother Adam.
Say hi.
Let's do it.
Welcome to our channel. We're kind of focusing in on...
You have to say who you are. It's your first show. You have to say who you are. You can't just start.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm Dina.
And I'm Pat.
We're married. This is my husband. I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel. A few years ago, we had like a couples group and I wanted to put it on camera. Everybody wasn't like too fond of being in front of the camera, so we kind of put that to the side. So now, fast forward, I kind of just said, you know what, let's just do it. And then whatever couples don't mind being in front of the camera, we could kind of just do interviews with other couples, other single people, other single mothers, whatever. We're kind of focusing in on family life, not necessarily just marriage or just Black marriage or just parents. So
yeah. So what is the meaning of the show? You have to say the meaning of the show too.
I just did.
Oh, you did? What does that mean?
We're gonna be, talking about different topics.
No, but what is the meaning behind it so that they give you a better picture?
So you tell me what the meaning is.
I don't know. You had it in your head.
I feel
This
like
way,
I just
you
said
said it to me. You said, it kind of, instead of talking about. Oh, she did. Yeah. Okay.
That's gonna be one of our topics about when you speak, like communication. I'm saying something, is definitely not registering to him as I'm saying it, so he thinks that I didn't say it, but I definitely did.
No, but you kind of start off in a certain
process.
way that you kind of communicate to the people that are watching that this is the title and this is what it means, but you kind of did it in a different way.
There we go.
So we're not doctors, we're not professionals, we're just
This is our personal experience, our opinions, not
right.
things that are written in stone.
Although she feels like it's written in stone.
I don't feel like it's written in stone.
How long you been married?
We're actually going on 10 years. July 22nd will be our 10th year anniversary. Yeah! Around our families and our friends, a lot of times people look at us and they just see the outside and they're kind of like, oh my God, I want what you guys have. That's what I'm aiming for, goals or whatever. And I always tell people, don't look at us. Don't look at anyone around you. Honestly, you can like see things and be like, oh, you know what? That's what I want to aim for. But don't say, I want what that person has, because you don't know how they got there. You don't know what happens behind closed doors.
That's right.
You don't know any of, honestly, the details of their inside life. So for me, I always tell people, just pray for God to give you what is good for you and your partner that he's sending for you or whatever.
That's right.
Try to aim for that, not what someone else has, because what works for us definitely might not work for you or anybody else. And
True.
what other people have may not work for us. There's many times, even in our close circle of friends, we're like, that's a little weird. But for them, and we love them, it works for them. So I would always tell people, don't look at what you see other people have.
And I tell people not to get married.
He does. And I don't listen. We're going to take that out.
No,
You're not going to
take
say
it
that
out.
on the thing.
It's not for everybody. So do you have to?
But that's what I was going to say. It may not be for everybody. And I feel like that's the conversations that we're going to be having on what marriage really is and what it really takes. The fact that both of us are willing to do the work it takes to continue to stay together. And I think if people knew how much work it really was, maybe they wouldn't get married, or maybe more people wouldn't get divorced because they're like, you know what, I have to do this work So divorce is not an option because I don't feel like I think it would take a lot for divorce for us.
Yes.
I think.
And I got no money.
You have no money what? To get divorced?
Okay. I'm too broke to get divorced.
I declare bankruptcy!
That's not a reason to stay married.
Yeah, but you'll see people, either older folks that have been together for a while and they're either, getting divorced or they're together and there's no happiness because people don't put in the work and feel like, okay, I'm married now, I'm good, and, you should be happy with that. If I'm working, bringing home the money, you should be happy. That should be good enough. I shouldn't have to try to redate you, try to find out if, especially if you've been married for a long time, we'll find out what's new about you. A lot of people grow in levels and they don't get to know the new person.
That's definitely one of the biggest things that I definitely see, especially in some of the older couples that we know that are like arguing and they're like, I'm like, dang, you're like in your 50s and 60s. You should be like walking around your house naked and
Facts.
Happy, and you're arguing. And I think it's because people don't, like, you kind of have this image. When I was dating this person, this is how they were, and now we're married, and years later I'm like a different person. I've grown, I'm starting to like, maybe I don't like the same things anymore, and you still like the same things, or maybe you have completely shifted and now I'm like, oh, you're a completely different person and you never used to act that way or whatever. And I feel like that's a good thing. Like, people are supposed to grow and change. And when you get into a marriage, you're supposed to grow and change together. And I think that definitely happened with us, where like we were one way and then all of a sudden I kind of looked at Patrick and I was just like, I don't really know who this guy is. And I was kind of like, what do you like these days? Like, what are you into? And I was like, I think we have to relearn each other, because there was a lot of things that now when I first got married, I was okay with, and I wouldn't mind that my husband did. And then at that moment, it was kind of like, I don't really like that you do that anymore. And I don't enjoy doing it anymore. So we kind of had to relearn each other and kind of figure out what we were okay with and what we're not okay with anymore, and the compromises that now we have to make in this new level or step that we were in our marriage.
Yeah, especially when you have the children and you keep adding children, things change in regards to your personalities, because now you're spreading your love to more people. So we had 3 kids, so every time we had one, it kind of shifted how our relationship was, and we had to adjust to that. For us, it was different because we had kids back to back right after we got married. So for other couples where I had the opportunity to kind of know each other in their beginning, learn each other and had that time, we didn't have that time. We kind of just went straight from marriage into being parents. And so I would say like our first couple years was a little rocky, trying to get that adjustment into pushing through to know each other and trying to spend time, and having 2 kids back to back, which was a little tough.
It was okay. I feel like in the beginning, you were focused on being a husband and I was focused on being a mom. Yeah. So like you would want to do these things together and spend time together. I'm kind of like, no, I got to do this with the kids or the baby or whatever. And for me, that registered as like, you don't want to be a dad, or like, you don't want to help me with our kids.
I didn't. Yes. No.
Yes. No. What?
I did. I didn't want it to. Yes. Continue. Go ahead.
You did want to do what?
To be a dad and to be, all the good stuff. See.
Anyways, my focus, for me, my priority, once I got pregnant with Genesis, honestly, it was, I need to protect this baby. This is my main priority. Forget everything and everyone else. And that was definitely a huge mistake on my part, because I kind of like pushed Patrick, my husband, to the side and was kind of like, this is my priority. Genesis is my priority. You ain't gotta be like that. Listen, we're here. And we've definitely made the changes that we needed to make.
Yes.
To get back to being a couple.
That's right.
So, yes, in the beginning, it definitely was. I was a mommy, he was a husband, and it took some time for us to kind of get back to husband and wife, and then mommy and daddy. Hi, Peanut. What is in his hair? Oh my God, you was messing with my makeup.
No, Adam did.
This is Adam.
This is Adam.
Okay,
Bam Bam.
He looks so crazy.
This is what happens when you try to shoot a video and
I can't touch it.
he does his own hair. What did you do to your hair, Adam? Okay. This is our show. Each week we're gonna have an episode or session that's kind of discussing different topics. This is our first one, so we just kind of kept it general. And each one we will nail in on a certain topic. And if you have any questions, you can email it to the
Questions
email.
Or comments,
Questions or comments. You can post the questions. We will answer them or try our best to answer
Try our
them.
best.
We're
Again,
doctors.
we're not professionals.
We're not professionals.
We're just going by our life experiences.
That's right. So yeah, like our videos and subscribe, as Hannah would say, like and subscribe. Thank you for.
Yeah, subscribe, please.
See, Adam even
Adam.
says, please. All right, say bye. Say bye, Adam. Bye.
It's like, who am I saying bye to? We would love to hear your feedback on our videos and any suggestions you have on topics you would like to hear about. So don't forget to comment below, like, subscribe, and turn on that notification button so you know every time a new video goes up. Thank you, and we truly appreciate everyone that tuned in with us.